You've just entered the lab.
The Lab Video Game TV first launched in 2003, inspired by 90s cable channels and shows such as ZDTV, Extended Play, X-Play, and the G4TV's then roster of shows. The Lab Video Game TV has since spread its wings though. Because of its television origins, because of my extensive background in motion picture production, it still has that TV feel. While most channels on YouTube, Twitch, Odyssey, and the others tend to focus on a specific type of content, like retro gaming, top lists, VR, indies, sales videos, and so on. And for good reason, as people do not turn on ESPN to see home and gardening. But I still got those television roots stuck in me. So here at the Lab Video Game TV and even over on my Trovo Live channel, you'll see that reflected through my playlists and overall structure. You'll see indie reviews, as I'm always rooting for the independent underdogs, much like myself. You'll see VR reviews, one of my now preferred ways to play and get totally immersed. I've got The Experiment, where my beautiful and talented guests will do first impression styled let's plays on a variety of games, mostly indie games that they never laid a finger on before entering the studio. There is Select, my own brand of let's plays where I check out pretty much anything. AAAs, indies, VR, retro, whatever floats my boat at any given time. There is The Wall, where I have a one-on-one, face-to-face with a variety of persons. Today, I may be speaking with a living legend in Florida, a local video game arcade owner in Queens, an esports organizer in Ghana, or budding esports stars from all over. I've also got Versus, where I document esports tournaments all over the world. I've got features which highlight a variety of genres and cultures, anime conventions, gamer retreats, and so much more. You can also watch the live versions of all these shows over on my Trovo Live channel. The same shows presented in a different way, along with a variety of new shows like The Dojoke. You do not want to miss that one, trust and believe.
You know what? No one saw that.
I am Wayne Benjamin, also known as The Sage, international video game and esports journalist, and this is my brainchild, the Lab Video Game TV, where our game is never over.
This is getting exhausting. I think I need to be paid overtime. March was crazy, and at the pace we're going, I see no slowing down in sight. Hey, Sage, think now would be a good time to give me that vacation I applied for 4 years ago. 4 years. 4 years, man. 4 years ago. Anyway, here's what we got in store for this month, April 2023.
First up, The Sage will be streaming a new VR game by newcomers Fringe Realities. This one dropped on the PCVR March 10th, 2023. We got the Steam key before launch, but due to some major bugs in this title, The Sage had to be doing some back and forth with the devs, reporting what he found. Now, Project Nightlight is in a most playable state and ready to roll. Our review is in close proximity as well. The Sage also streamed this new boomer shooter called Supplies, dropped a review for Brock and Spectre, which had to be pulled back as there was an error on the publisher's part. Apparently we got that Quest 2 key too early. Look out for that review later this month when our embargo with Games by Stitch ends. The Sage will also stream Remnants from the Ashes on the Switch and drop a long overdue review for this old PSVR 1 title, Immortal Legacy: The Jade Cipher. While Silver Neko and I take care of this month's experiments, I already dropped Verge World's first biome, and Silver Neko will be raising hell, experimenting with Hellstuck, Rage with your friends. Over on Trovo Live, the pilot episode of the Lab Video Game TV Live, hosted by yours truly, has landed. If you missed it, follow the channel to get updates on repeats. And if you didn't miss it, episode 2 is inbound with the Silvery one. It premieres on the 15th. The amazing modding community has dropped Black Mesa VR for PCVR, and the Sage, being the VR fanboy he is, will likely be doing something on that as well. Here's the thing, we do 2 updates every month for a reason. I may give you a list of features today, and by tomorrow, the Sage has a dozen more games popped up in his inbox. He told me he got keys for Dynamurks Voyager and Plantera 2 Golden Acorn for his consideration, so you may see those as well. Among other things, we'll keep the updates coming though. I really need that vacation.
That was a mouthful. And to think, we've got so much more in store for May. Hey, I ain't complaining, and neither should you, cause our game is never over.
Welcome back to the Lab Video Game TV Live. Today,
I'll be streaming on Select Live Project Nightlight. This one is for the PCVR, released on the 10th of March 2023 by developer and publisher Fringe Realities. I believe this is this developer's first game. It's very interesting. So yeah, we're going PCVR once again, but this one, Project Nightlight, it caught my interest because of, well, the fact that it is a VR horror game, supposed to be a VR horror game, indie, and the premise of it really. We'll think about you're the security guard, first night on the job. You have to well, I guess you could say secure, but you're, you know, patrolling this facility and there's some strange stuff going down. So, you know, the whole thought of that interested me. And another thing is, I haven't really seen stories like that much. I like you know, quirky, strange, outside the box, unique stories. And while I'm not saying this is completely outside the box, it does have a vibe to it, and it's a little bit, you know, it's a departure from the regular stuff, like, you know, guns blazing, Marines, and, you know, fighting to save the world and that kind of stuff. Because personally, I'm a fan of B movies. I spend a lot of my time watching Prime Video and even Tubi over Netflix. You know, Netflix is all good and well, but sometimes that AAA Hollywood cookie cutter thing gets old, you know. So I like different stuff, you know, like art house films, stuff like that. So I'll always lean towards things like this. And I even have another review. I actually published it, but at the request of the developers there was an error and I had to put it private. But it's for this VR game on the Quest called the Quest 2 called Brocken Spectre. It was also a departure from the regular stuff. So this has a kind of a walking sim kind of vibe to it. Kinda. I mean, so far that's exactly what it feels like. And when I say so far, it's because I've played this one before. I've played through it 2 or 3 times, and there were some things about it that left it, on my first attempt, borderline unplayable. You know, there were some things about it that just were not ready. The game was not ready for release, in my opinion. I even reached out to the devs and you know, submitted some feedback accompanied by some video files, because there were some things about the game that just made it borderline unplayable. I tried it, so I had to stop. That's why it was released on the 10th. I think I may have even gotten my Steam key before release day, and now we're all the way up in April, like over a month later, and I haven't done the review. That's because the game had some problems. So I played through it, then it wasn't ready. Played through it again. I reached to a certain point. I stopped the game. There's no save option, so it has to be autosave. Shut down the game, came back up to play it again, and I was stuck. You know, I was stuck behind this door that would not open no matter what I did. I'll show you the door as a matter of fact. The reason why I'm even telling you this is that when you see me playing through it, I'll be a little bit previous, you know, like I've been here before. I'll be able to tell you some stuff, not before it happens, but most of what you're gonna see within this hour-long playthrough will not be a surprise to me. But this game deserves some love, and I will be doing a review on it, but I just want to get this stream out there first so you guys can see what's popping. So this is like a live review. I know I've said things about streaming, that to stream a game and to review it at the same time, to me it doesn't seem like a review, but it is a review, just not my standards of review, of what I expect from a review. But yeah, it's still a live review. I'll be talking as I go along and pointing out some things, some ups, some downs, so we can feel this out together, you know what I'm saying? Project Nightlight by Fringe Realities, PCVR, Steam VR. Let's do it like there ain't nothing to it. Boom. Here we go. And we're live, okay. Yeah, so here are the settings. There were more. I think there was actually 2 more things here. The first time I played, some stuff has changed since the last update that the devs did. Like for example, the menu screen in game. Whenever you're gonna, when I pulled up the menu, I couldn't adjust it properly because it moved with my head. So you say I'm moving my head, the menu stays in place. But in game, I'd go like this and it would follow me. And in VR, that's ridiculous. That's one of the main things that made it borderline unplayable, or totally unplayable for me. Some people may want to actually battle through that, but not me. And there was another thing. It has smooth turning, which is great, but I'm going to show you something in-game regarding the smooth turning that I also reported to the dev team, but they did not fix, you know what I'm saying? Among some other oddities, for lack of a better word. So, anyway, let's get to it. I will start up a new game because this is my playthrough so far for the review that's coming up, but I'm going to start a brand new game so you guys can get a better idea of what's going on. So let's start a brand new run. Playtime 20 minutes, but I just said what playtime? Okay, I don't know why it's saying playtime 20 minutes. It's supposed to be a brand new game. I don't know what's happening here, but this game does have its kinks. A little bit of jank here, a little bit of jank there, so let's see what happens. This doesn't make any sense. Let's see if it's going to start from scratch though.
This train will terminate at downtown station. Please take all your belongings with you when you exit the train. We are sorry to inform you that the downtown train service may be affected by the recent earthquakes in the area. We apologize if your commute is affected.
This is the beginning. They should have at least used even a still picture or two for this part, but it's blank. But I get it. I understand what's going on. First night on the job. Boom. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Look, it's click turning.
Testing. Come in.
I'm going to go grab the radio first, guys. Then I'm going to come back and explain to you what I'm talking about exactly with the smooth turning, this glitch. But he's going to keep saying testing if I don't pick this radio up. So let's just get this out of the way first.
Ah, you're finally here. Took you long enough. Look, we've been getting major radio interference tonight, and it looks like you can't get through to me, but I can get through to you. Your handover is meant to wait until you arrive to show you the ropes, but for some reason he had to go just before you arrived. Got a call or something.
Right.
Made sure your gear was laid out for you before he left, though. It should all be in the locker room.
Alright, so I'm going to go get my gear in the locker room. But before I do that, let's talk about this click turning thing, because it really bothers me. Because I abhor click turning. Click turning and teleportation, not my thing. Teleportation works perfectly fine in games like the Light Brigade. The way it's integrated, you can use you can use teleportation or free locomotion if you want to in Light Brigade, and that makes sense. Now, while there's no teleportation in this game, click turning, nah, never for me. I hate click turning. But what I'm saying is, you bring up settings, boom, there you go. It says smooth right there, but it's still clicking. If you do this, go back to instant, save changes, go back to smooth, save changes again, resume, now we got smooth turning. That is an issue the devs need to sort out, and the worst thing about this is, it's not that it resets every single time that you start up a new game, but every time a new area is loaded, you have to do this again. That's just, no. Guys, get on top of this, you know what I'm saying? Get on top of this. This should have been fixed a long time ago.
Oh, since you're new, you'll need a key for that staff door. We lock it to prevent pedestrians from wandering in by mistake. You'd be surprised how many people ignore the sign on the door thinking this is public access. It should be with the rest of your gear in the locker room.
Right. That guy over the radio, he sounds just like the guy over the radio in Survive. It's crazy. I'm beginning to wonder if it's the same voice actor. So yeah, here's another thing I'm going to show you guys that kind of rubs me the wrong way. The backpack. And I know while I go through this little playthrough, I'll have a lot of complaints. It's not that I don't like the game, but there are certain things that need to be ironed out and certain things that the viewers need to know before you actually pick this game up, because so far, like I said, I haven't completed it. But so far, playing through it, it's okay. It's an okay semi-walking sim. I'm saying it's not a complete walking sim because I think there's action, you get a weapon and whatnot, but there's some issues. Now, the backpack. Boom. Like, the backpack system.
Slide the backpack over your shoulder to put it on.
I'm not even talking about this gap between the arm and the backpack. I understand. This is indie jank. I get that. and I can forgive indie developers for that, especially since it's your first game, because so far, even the visuals, I'm impressed. And strangely enough, the visuals in the headset actually look better than what you guys are seeing now. So I can get past stuff like this, but here's the thing with the backpack. You let it go, motherfucker just floats. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like this is immersion breaking. I reported this to the devs as well, and they did nothing about it. So I'm under the impression that they want it to be like this, because I see how this can be helpful. It can be helpful. It makes it easier to, it doesn't fall or anything, but it's still kind of immersion breaking. But I think it's a design choice, and if it is, well, there's nothing I can do about that. To each his own. Your creative decisions are your creative decisions, but this is kind of immersion breaking. And another thing about the backpack is, I noticed it's better now, but it was worse when I was playing it the first time. To put it over your shoulder. Sometimes I put it over my shoulder. It's fine. It's fine. Reach for it. Fine. But there's sometimes it's like I have to dip real deep. It's not happening now, but I have to dip real deep to get the backpack to stay on my shoulder. You hear that sound, that's when you know it's done, but sometimes you don't hear the sound, and you turn around, you put it over your shoulder, and you turn around, and you think it's on your back. It's floating in midair like Casper. So, yeah, that's a thing. Okay, the lobby key. This is the key the guy said I should get. I'll put it in the backpack. My flashlight. I got that little thing right here. And the waste inventory system, I have an issue with it as well. Similar to what was going on with the menu. The settings menu and whatnot, where it moved with my head. This moves with my head, and that's a problem. It should not. It should not. It gets really disorienting and awkward later on in the game when you're trying to get your weapon. You'll see. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right. So we got our gear. Another thing about this game is, and this is back into the indie jank thing, is that, some things you can interact with, some things you can't interact with. And the things you can't interact with, well, this is a lot of clipping, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? This collision detection, this clipping stuff is also immersion breaking, particularly in VR. Okay, so we're at the door, and another thing about the inventory system, it would be great if it was something more like on the levels of, well, other backpack systems, I'm not even going to go as far as, let's say, Saints and Sinners and whatnot, because that's closer to AAA. This is indie, but if there was a way to, select an object from your inventory, similar to Survive and Requisition and games like that, you don't have to pull your backpack off to get every single thing, like something that is a quick select thing, that'd be really great. And it gets even worse with the gun and the ammo. I'll show you that later on. All right. Moving on.
Hey, buddy, could you check the front door? I don't recall if he closed the shutters on his way out. They need to be locked.
I guess the reason why we do things like this in the early stages of the game is because this is somewhat of a tutorial. Whoa. Hold on. I got you. Yeah.
Did you close those shutters?
I did.
Thank you for that. Take the elevator and head down to the main hub. There are more checks I need you to do. Plus, there's something interesting I want to show you.
All right, sir.
Oh, I forgot to mention. You'll need a security card to get clearance for the elevator. They always keep a spare in the staff break room. Go get it and head down to level 6. Got
you. All of this is just to get you acclimated, familiarized with the game mechanics. So I grabbed the key card, and when I grab the key card, you notice I only have one slot now for the flashlight. You grab the key card, another slot becomes available. And again, the slots, the inventory system needs work. It should not be moving with my head. It really shouldn't. It really shouldn't. Think about it, developers. That doesn't make any sense. And it gets really awkward when you start to when you need to get your gun. Yeah. Okay. The movement speed is so slow in this game. And it's funny. You have some options in this game in the menu section. I can't even show all of them here because it's not here interface isn't here anymore. You can't change that in-game, but there's just some options like you can change the height of the menu, the distance of the menu. So there's some options that we don't usually get, but then there are options that you'd expect to have, like turn speed. I can't adjust the turn speed and it's really slow. I get it. It's a walking sim, and me not being able to run, I guess I can accept that. If while moving on in the game, I see where the game doesn't use that against me, where there are instances where I would really want to run, but I can't. So far that hasn't happened. But turning, while I know it's VR and I can turn by myself, we don't always have a room scale play space where we can turn as we want to, and especially when streaming like this, I don't want to turn my back to the camera, so I'm saying, so turning with a thumbstick is great, and it's great that they have smooth turning and not just click turning. But here's the thing, guys, it's so slow. It is so very slow. Okay, key card. See, I'm reaching for the key card. In order to reach the key card on my left or the flashlight on my right, I'm gonna look to it, right? But when you look, it's going, it's moving, right? You may look and say, that's no big deal, Wayne. I promise you it is. If you're playing it, you're going to get it. If you're accustomed to VR, you'll get it even sooner without playing it. Put it back. It shouldn't be moving with my head. Okay. Great. This is a loading section where a new area is going to load. And you're going to see what I'm talking about with the click turning. It resets. My smooth turning resets to click turning. Even though you look at the menu and it says smooth is selected. Devs, please get on this, because this ain't a bad game. This would be perhaps not that interesting if it were not in VR, but for a VR game, I'm liking it. I really am. Despite all my complaints, I am liking this game. There are certain little things, I say little things, that you guys just need to get on. Because look at this. It's back to click turning. It's back to click turning. I have every single time a new area is loaded, I gotta do this. Ah, Jesus, and then the menu. The menu thing is so weird. Like, why isn't the menu just one? Okay. See, it's on smooth, if you guys can see it. I know it's closer for me in the headset, but it's still on smooth. But I ain't turning smooth, so I go to instant. I have to save. I go back to smooth. I save. Yes, this is a workaround, and yes, I have said this before, and I'm gonna keep saying it. This is just...
Are you at the security checkpoint?
Yeah.
You'll need to buzz yourself in. Security's a bit tighter down here, for reasons that'll become clear soon enough. In the security room there should be a red button. You can't open the door until you press it. Usually during active hours, when people were still around, there'd be someone posted here to let people in. But seeing as we're the only ones here at this hour, we gotta do everything ourselves.
Stuff like that, having to press the button multiple times or whatnot, I'm not complaining about that. Okay, I get it. Some people will find a great problem with that, but I'm empathetic towards indie creators, so I get it. I'm an indie creator. I'm an indie filmmaker, you know what I mean? So yeah, I get it. Stuff like that I can live with, but there's just some things, guys, that...
Right, the hub should be down past these offices.
I like the atmosphere in this game as well. I do. I like the atmosphere. That little track that keeps playing over the radios, that's annoying. But the music, the atmospheric sounds, it's good. Voice acting, good. The some of the reactions from the guy over the radio, not particularly believable. I'll show you guys examples as I progress, but the voice acting is still good. It ain't some cheesy Resident Evil 1 voice acting, you know what I'm saying? Good voice acting, and the whole office design, it's cool. The building design, some of the textures are really bland. I put it on ultra, doesn't make much of a difference. Okay, look at the rug. The rug here, it looks good. But then you might get into a section where you look to the floor and it's just like void of textures.
Just down this corridor. You're almost there.
Okay. I ain't even gonna try to memorize this map because there should be an in-game map. I don't see that. Devs, you may want to include that because I can read this now and act all smart and shit, but I ain't gonna remember this. You know what I'm saying? My sense of direction ain't that great either.
Welcome to the main hub. This is the core of the whole department. Now, I'm sure you know this place is all very hush-hush, and I'm only told what I need to know. But from what I hear, they founded this place to study something they dug up in Egypt. They keep it in the chamber over there. The most important part of your job is keeping the artifact safe. So I'm gonna need you to take the pyramid and those 3 pieces out of the chamber. The key code is normally kept with the head of research.
Keep it safe from what, though? Alright.
See, you'd think something like this would belong in a museum, but they keep it here, studying and researching it in secret. If you think that's strange, they have some kind of ritual division. The hell does that even mean? If you ask me, I think we might have ourselves wrapped up in something. I'm just glad I'm on this side.
Sure you are. It's funny, like random useless shit like this, you can interact with it, and it's good. It's always good for VR. And then right beside it, we got this, and you can't. It's just, yeah. That's okay. That's okay. I can forgive stuff like that. The clipping, not so much, but I can forgive little shit like that. Okay, so I need to get the access code to open here. Sometimes while moving in this game, you really wish you could move a little bit faster. Like, speed it up, son, speed it up. But yeah. The puzzles in this game so far, they're also my kind of puzzles. Easy. No brain busters. So far they're real simple. Friendly puzzles, user-friendly puzzles. Alright. So then, to get the key code, containment chamber, we decided the code for the chamber should be related to the artifact itself, so we chose the year of its discovery in the Valley of the Kings. Boom. There you go. The answer is right there, 1926. That's the kind of stuff I like. I mean, everything doesn't have to be this convoluted production. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of puzzles anymore. I loved Tale of Onagoro, but sometimes I just can't be bothered with these puzzles. So yeah, stuff like that, 1926. Nice and easy, accessible. I don't have to go like...
See, you'd think something like this would belong in a museum, but they keep it here, studying and researching it in secret. If you think that's strange, they have some kind of ritual division. The hell does that even mean?
You said this already, brother.
If you ask me, I think we might have ourselves wrapped up in something.
1926.
I'm just glad I'm on this side. Oh, great, you got it open.
Yes, sir.
Now lay them on the table next to you so the camera can see them all clearly.
There's only one, brother.
No, that's not right. Is that it? Where's the rest? Okay, looking at the log, it appears that some of the artifact pieces were checked out for research and weren't brought back. Let's see here. There's a piece in the R&D division and one in the observation wing. We'll need to ensure that all pieces of the artifact are brought back together tonight. Seeing as the researchers aren't using it now, you can start by freeing the piece from the R&D division and returning it back here. I'll stay on the cameras and guide you.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like the main objective of the game. I don't know how long this game is. That's something I don't really do. I don't really check the duration of games before I start playing it most times because, you know, I don't really want spoilers like that. It's like I don't watch movie trailers anymore. You're watching a movie trailer nowadays, you turn Netflix on, you watch a trailer, and you basically know the entire fucking plot of the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous sometimes you're watching these trailers. But what I was saying is, you know, with these puzzles, every puzzle doesn't have to be some convoluted mess where, yeah, you have to go down into the basement and you have to do this. And similar to Survive. Survive had a lot of that shit. Fetch quest stuff that in order to open this part, you have to go all the way to the next part of the city. You have to turn a valve, and then before you turn the valve, you have to do this and do that. Yeah, it doesn't always have to be like that. And I like that about this game. I don't know if the devs were being lazy or they were being considerate, but I choose the latter because I appreciate simple quests like this. Everything doesn't have to be impractical and ridiculous and head-scratching and a chore. And this is where a map would come in really handy, and most importantly, an objective menu. So I could click on a menu and I could see what my current objective is, because sometimes I'll forget. You know, not everybody's invested in a game as some people, where they're gonna make a mental note of every single thing, and you're gonna be so immersed in the game that the guy's gonna say R&D center is the first artifact, and I'm gonna, make a mental note of that. Sometimes I'll just fucking forget. So it'd be really cool if we had, if I could, look at my objectives, a reminder of what my objective is. That, with the inclusion of a map, would be fantastic. Food for thought, devs. Food for thought.
They're always working on something in that room to your left. No cameras in there, though. Just through there.
Yeah, that's weird with the doors. I found there's a lot of weird. The doors, a little bit of door jank in this game. Okay, so here we go again. Loading a new area, and you know what's gonna happen, right? Yeah, we're gonna have to reconfigure the turning because it resets every single fucking time. And that shit gets old. And the loading times are kind of long as well, so hell, I'm not certain why, because this game ain't no powerhouse. But hey, I know, I seem kind of harsh and hard on this game. I'm not. I guess I'm just a stickler for details and quality. And I'm not knocking the quality because I think this game does have quality, especially for an indie project, first time project, VR project. I'm happy to have this as a part of VR because I love to see the growth of VR. I'm really interested. VR has become my new favorite genre, if it could be considered a genre, but my new favorite way of interacting with video games. I really love it. So when I see a new VR game, yeah, I'm glad to see the VR scene grow. I've read and watched the videos where they said PSVR 2 ain't selling that well. I don't like that, I want VR to grow. Because VR is totally fucking amazing. And I think the reason why VR isn't catching on yet is, out of ignorance. First of all, most people do not like change. Change should be embraced. Never fear change. Try something new. And I've said this in videos before. Oh shit, come on. I've said this in videos before, back in the 80s and whatnot. Well, I mean, lots of people watching this was not alive in the 80s or the 70s, but we used to say stuff like, I'd love to, we'd watch certain movies that we used to call futuristic, and we said, I'd really love to see a movie where you're actually play a video game where you're actually in the game, before we even knew what VR was, before the word VR was even being used, was even a thing. And now it's here, and some people are saying VR is crap without even trying it. Yeah, that's the door jank right there.
First things first. We should probably get you kitted with a weapon before we get too far into the night. Head down to the shooting range. It should be just across the room from you as you get down the stairs.
You notice this, guys? I'm not certain if you can see this, because I can see it in the headset, but when you get into an area where there's a lot of stuff, a lot more textures, lots more objects, frame rate starts to take a dip, performance starts to tank. I noticed that. So this game does have performance issues as well, because look, like I said, I'm not certain if you guys can see this, but yeah, this is pretty noticeable. When you turn your back and you go here, where there's nothing more than 2 or 3 walls, performance goes back up. There's the blended textures I was talking about. So sometimes, yeah. Let me see something before I knock these guys for textures. Oh, yeah, there's textures. There's needed light. But the walls, oh, when I shine the light on the wall, I see the textures. When I take it off, I see, okay, whatever. Not gonna be too nitpicky. Again, I still think this is an admirable effort by first-time indie devs. Okay, we're going to go. We're trying to head to the shooting range, to the armory, so I can talk about the gun. So far, I don't know how many guns are in this game. I just have a really strong feeling that it's just the one gun, although there are 2 slots. So yeah, maybe I'm not. I don't know. But I'm gonna get to the guns. The gun. There's something about gun mechanics that needs to be mentioned.
The quartermaster keeps the weapons in those fenced-off gun lockers.
That's where we're gonna go.
Damn, looks like they locked up tonight. You need to go get something to break the lock. I think there's a utilities room on this floor somewhere.
Well, I know the gun is in here. Maybe I could just reach out and touch it. Nah. Which is good, because if I did that, that would really mean the game was fucking broken. I mean, the clipping is one thing, but yeah, you know, at least I can't use the clipping as a cheat. Someone thought it was a good idea to lock the newbie's gun in a locker. Not funny, people. Whoever is willing to claim responsibility can go collect the bolt cutters from the utilities room. Otherwise, there will be consequences. Okay, well, you know, they could also use a key, but whatever. Yeah. Again, you know, it's not like, you know, you have to get the bolt cutters to cut the lock and you end up having to go to some distant part of the fucking facility to get it. You know, it's in close proximity, and I like that. I do like that. You know, I think the devs understood what they made, and, you know, don't overdo it. Like, you know, you make a game that doesn't have much content, much to offer, but yet still it's like fucking 10 hours long.
Careful of that steam. It looks hot. The pipe must have come loose from the trimmer.
I suspect, this I do not know, but I suspect the tremors have something to do with the crazy shit going on in this building. Bolt cutters.
Bolt cutters. Perfect. They should make quick work of that lock.
Alright. Can I pick up any of this? The coins? Nope. Okay, fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So yeah, so we got the bolt cutters. Wasn't far away. I'm drifting. Hold on. For a facility that's supposed to be active, there's some strange shit going on here. Like, what's that broken piece of thing right there, you know? But alright. Whatever. The aliasing is pretty bad. The jaggies are pretty bad, and I have this on ultra, so I would expect. I really didn't see the difference when I had it on medium and on ultra. By default, it was on medium, and I put it to ultra, and it's the same. The performance the same. The visuals, it looks pretty much the same. No complaints though, because I still hold firm to the fact that the game doesn't look that bad. And I'll always say this, on the Quest, zealots may get pissed if there are any out there who actually, you know, campaign for the Quest visuals, but this still looks better than anything on the Quest 2. Okay, let me rephrase that, because there are a couple good looking games on the Quest 2, but if this exact game were on the Quest 2, yeah, then we'd see what shitty looks like.
Okay, get that lock off there and go test out the gun.
Will do, sir. Will do. Alright, can I hold this part? Jesus. I don't think there's a crouch button in this game either. I could do with that. I don't particularly want to crouch manually in this game, and depending on my play space, I don't particularly want to. Yeah. Sometimes a crouch is handy. It broke. I guess that's a way of them telling me I can get rid of it. You stay right there, okay? Yeah, that's a door jank I'm talking about. It happens. Woo! What we got here? Daddy's got the fire. Then there's a slot. See what I'm saying? This is so annoying. Ah, damn. So I got the gun. I got the fire. I got the fire. I'm gonna change my head strap. My Quest 2 head strap is unacceptable. It also looks kind of bitched up too. I'm gonna change my Quest strap to something like the what's it called again? One of those fancy Quest straps.
One of these booths should have ammunition.
Yeah, this is another area loading, and you know what's up? We gotta reset. We gotta reset. Devs, you guys need to get on this. Yes, guys, so for anyone who just entered the room, we're playing Project Nightlight, released March the 10th by developer and by developer and publisher Fringe Realities, and it's on PCVR, and it's a VR horror experience. In VR, they use this word.
Okay, you're gonna need to load the magazine into the pistol before you can fire it. You've got 5 clips there to get familiar with the way the gun feels. I'm sure you'll find some more elsewhere.
Yeah, I was saying in VR games, they have tried to coin the word experience or redefine it. They call a VR experience something that, you don't do anything in it really. You just watch it or some shit like that. But it's all an experience to me. This is an experience. So what I'm saying is, the gun mechanics, not bashing it, but not really feeling it either. Let me show you some examples. First, the gun is empty. That's good. You can see it's empty. That's all good and well. Loading it. You know how it is in VR. Boom. But the thing is, when I put it there, it doesn't automatically snap in, right? Let me see if this works. Nope, that doesn't work. Fine, it doesn't snap in. Why am I saying that? Because in order to get it in all the way, I have to it's kind of janky. The controls, my hands are together like this, so I have to put it to the side. Boom. That's okay, but not ideal. It should just slide in because, yeah. Fine, and then, you don't, put one in the chamber either. It's none of that. There's nothing like that. It's just, yeah. So the gun mechanics are lacking, and the gun doesn't feel. I know what you might be thinking to yourself. Well, it's not real, Wayne. Trust me. If you go play certain VR games and come back to this, you'll understand what I'm saying. If you do not play VR. On to the shooting. Let's get this target closer to me. Boom. There's no recoil. There's nothing, and the hammer doesn't move. But here's what I'm talking about. Now, to reload, there's no button that ejects the magazine. You see, I can't eject the magazine, so I have to manually, pull it out, boom, and then go again. And this just feels kind of awkward, especially whenever you're in a position where you want to fight. And so far, I haven't been in a position where I have to fight. I'm assuming it's going to come later. I've had some encounters, but I didn't have to fight. I shot them, and I learned on later playthroughs that I could have just avoided them. I'll explain that to you later. But yeah, the gun mechanics are lacking. Anyway, backpack. That's what I'm talking about. You heard the backpack sound, right? Where do you think the backpack is? It's sure as fuck ain't on my back. It's floating in mid-motherfucking air. That's just weird. That's just weird, guys. That's just weird. That's just weird. Not ideal. Pointing out all the ups and downs of this game as I go through. Like I said, this is a live review. So, yeah. The actual review, it's coming. But, just so you guys understand. This game ain't all a bed of roses. And we're back to this. I have not done this yet. I have to know. Go back to settings. Go back to settings. Smooth. Put it to instant. Save. Put it to smooth. Save. Resume. Yeah, come on, devs. Come on. Get on that. That's a problem. That's a problem. I don't know how hard or easy that is to fix. I don't know if you guys are just busy doing other stuff like, this ain't your day job.
Check the quartermaster's desk for more ammunition. There's bound to be some there.
I'll do that. Let me just get in here, because magically, there's a tray here with health syringes and some magazines. Who put it here? And the clipboard with the instructions? I do not know. But fine, whatever. Whatever. I've seen crazier shit in video games. Take all the magazines I can get, because this does have a survival horror feel to it. Oh yeah, and the syringe, the health syringes. I do hate when things fall in this game because I do not want to crouch. I'm not in the crouching mood today at all. I'm a pretty fit guy, but yeah, I don't always want to be doing squats in a video game. Health syringes. Good. And this is explaining to you what it's all about. Maybe later on in the game I'll find out who've been mysteriously leaving this shit around, but yeah, for now, I'm just gonna have to call that. I'm just going to have to chalk that up to video game shit. Video game logic. So yeah, this is the part that I was talking about. When I had a playthrough, I reached significantly further than this, and I was loaded back here. And when I was loaded back here, this gate. Okay, look at this. See that thing ice skating across there? Right. Two things I gotta say. Give me a second.
What the hell is that?
First thing I gotta say, when I told you about the voice acting, his reactions, that reaction was not fitting for what we just fucking saw. Yeah, I agree. The creature designs in this game so far are also lacking. Seriously lackluster. But regardless, if I saw that in real life, as silly as it looks, ice skating its ass across the fucking room, what the hell was that? Would not be my initial reaction. So what I'm saying is, the gate was closed up until the point that thing moseyed on by. And I get it, that was for story progression. But when I died and was reset back here, this gate would not open. It was just closed. And that's one of the reasons, that was definitely a glitch. I'm going into all this detail not just for you guys, the gamers who may or may not purchase this game, or just like watching VR reviews, like watching my reviews. I'm also saying some of this stuff for the devs, so you guys understand that, yeah, you know, this project is probably a labor of love for you guys, and I can respect that. But yeah, you know, it's not free, so people are buying this, so see what you can do about that. He said go into the quartermaster's office for more ammo. I don't think I've ever found more ammo in here, but I think the reason why he said it was for story progression. So I head to the quartermaster's office and I see that thing ice skating out of the quartermaster's office. I keep saying ice skating because that's what it looks like it's doing. It looks like it's fucking figure skating. So yeah, we're gonna go in the direction that that thing went.
What happened out here? Be on guard. Who knows what else could be lurking about? I'm trying to find you a way out. See if you can get back upstairs.
Yeah, the creature designs and some of these effects are kinda whack, you know? Kinda whack. It's like something you'd expect to see in a 70s sci-fi film. It's kinda whack. It's not even fucking scary. Like, what are these things? Ghosts? Skeletons? Skeleton ghosts? Not much detail, not much animations. Yes, not impressive. Not impressive at all. Not impressive at all. Yeah. So yeah, you might be wondering, wait, get your gun out. The reason I'm not getting my gun out is because these guys don't really attack.
Damn, blocked. According to the building schematics, there should be another staircase through the room that the steam is blocking.
Alright, let's do that. Yeah, they're not really attacking me. I've seen them come towards me before, but apparently those things that you see them standing in front of, if they go in front of them, those things, it makes them dissolve away or some shit, and they don't really attack you. They don't chase you. If you ignore them and just kind of stand aside, they'll leave you alone. So yeah, I don't need to waste ammo shooting these things right now. I'm saving my ammo if at some later point in the game I actually need it. Okay, so that's the room I need to go through.
You'll need to find a way to stop the pressure before you get through those doors.
Here's what I'm talking about. So I need some valve handle to turn this. Fine. This was not here before. So I'm just saying, you know, I get it. I don't want to seem nitpicky. Actually, I don't care if I seem nitpicky because, you know, this is what I do. I'm a video game journalist, but yeah, this wasn't there before. But again, the puzzles are pretty much spelled out for you. Boom. Copy room key. Copy room key. And a note that says pipe. I can't pick the note up, but yeah, pipe busted from the experiment. The experiment what? Rattling. Still waiting on the new valve though. Expecting it to be shipped today. If it comes when I'm not around, please put the package in the copy room and lock it up with the cleaner's key. So yeah, he's making you know that that's where you gotta go. You gotta go to the copy. You got the copy room key. Go to the copy room, and you get the valve. Nice and spelled out. I can work with that. I can live with that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, okay, this guy. He's coming at me, I agree. He's coming at me. He's still coming. Oh, this, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He's gone. So they're not really that much of a threat right now. So yeah, I ain't gonna be, you know, turning the fire on for these guys when I could save my bullets for something else. So I need to get to the copy room. Need to get to the copy room so I can get that valve handle. Or valve wheel or whatever it's called. No, that's not it. That's not it. Maybe one of you guys could help me out. Anybody know where the copy room is? I've been here at least 2 times before, but yeah, I ain't gonna pretend. My sense of direction is less than stellar. It is less than stellar. And apologies to any viewers of this stream who was looking for an action-packed, action-heavy game. This ain't one of those kind of games. It has walking sim written all over it, even though we do pack heat. Copy room. Where the fuck is the copy room again? This happened to me before. It's not there. I know it's not there. It's not. No, it's not there either. Those are some of the most underwhelming creatures I've seen in a video game in a long time. Okay, so this is the copy room right here. Boom. Nope, that's not what we want. We want the key. Put the backpack back. Like Dora. Yeah, I got kids. I know about Dora and the backpack bullshit. Good. So we're in the copy room. Strange place to keep the valve handle, but yeah, I don't give a fuck. So like this. So that's what I'm saying. It'd be nice if I could just go back, drop it into the backpack. It doesn't work that way. Well, not the last time I checked, and I'm not going to try for it to fall on the ground and me have to pick it up again. But alright, let me do it just for the sake of the review. Suppose they fix that and I'm talking shit. Lots of games, you want to put this in your backpack, you don't have to take the backpack off and put it in. You just go like this, and it goes in the backpack. But there it is on the floor. So yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. But I don't want to be saying this about the game and it's not true, or it's been fixed. So I'm showing you guys the backpack inventory system for both the backpack and your waist. It could use some work. It shouldn't be that hard to get an item into your backpack or from your backpack. I get it. In real life, you couldn't just throw it over your shoulder. I get that shit. But hey, who are we kidding? Video games have come a long way, but this shit still ain't real life. So yeah, for the sake of convenience, you know, it would be nice if I could just put it over my shoulder, you know. The inventory system is cumbersome. Oh, it was this close. So if when I came out, all I did was take a right. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. I'm even going against my own logic. Like, I was applauding this game for being so simple, and then I walked all the way to the end of the room to find the copy room, and it was not a copy room. The copy room, and it was right there. That goes back to what I was saying. It's not a tedious game. The backpack inventory system may be a bit tedious, yeah, but in general, it's not a... Jesus Christ. Yeah, again. The inventory system is tedious. Come on.
Nice work.
I'm glad you approve. Where did that syringe fall to? There's a syringe right there. I've never had to use one, but just in case, we don't know what's gonna happen. No surprises. I like to be prepared. Just like the little chick with the backpack, Dora. I like to be prepared. So, okay, the steam is turned off. We can make our way through there now. Lower management. The steam is off. Let's do this. And we're moving right along. So, we're trying to find another way.
The staircase should be through the door next to the supervisor's desk.
Good. This is good.
So many people have work flowing through just these 4 trays.
This is another puzzle, so to speak. There, we got that. So in order to get through this door, I'm gonna have to solve this, but it's so simple, so basic. You know, it takes a little time to do it, but after it's done, you're gonna see these puzzles were not meant to piss anybody off. And I like that, you know. I'm actually kind of looking forward to a game that that wraps quickly as well, because I don't really think this game warrants, you know, like an 8-hour wrap time, even a 6-hour wrap time. Okay, here's a folder. This is a red one. Come on. So red goes in for the red, yeah? Good. And we got 3 more to go. And they're all within this space. I just can't even bother to turn the flashlight on, to be quite honest with you. Let's look through this door. Look through that door. Look through that door. Key card. Yeah? Great. And now we got green. Boom. I mean, even this puzzle within itself, okay. I guess I was going to say it's not logical, but okay, fine. Maybe there's a system where the door only opens when everybody's work is done, whatever. Still not believable, but hey, I'm playing a video game. I've seen some bizarre bullshit puzzles in games way more unbelievable than that. So yeah, I can work with that. And again, I appreciate the simplicity. Yeah, so even though I've done this before, Janice. Janice. Janice is packing heat. Why do you got a clip? There you go. The floating backpack. Sophie. Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, they always spell it out for you. So even though you could figure this out without actually looking at the clipboard, I'll do this for the sake of the stream. Jesus, I'd like to do this for the sake of the stream. Yeah, so handed my folder to Sophie for a few final once-overs. She said she should be finished by the end of the week, but we know how she is. Any prolonging of time should be taken up with her. I have instructed her to place the file in the pink tray when she's finished. So Janice gave it to Sophie. She has Sophie's key right here. Yeah, the door jank I was talking about. Sophie, Lois, Jack, Amber, Johnson, we have already been in there. William, Sophie, good. So, it's not for Sophie's office, but for Sophie's cabinet. Turning speed, so slow, devs. Slow, so slow, so slow. Boom, boom. And I got the purple one right here. Come on. Oh, come on, guys. This doesn't have to be a production. It really doesn't have to be. Purple. There we go. All right. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. I mean, yeah, you could say that these puzzles are... No, I won't say anything about the puzzles. They're not tedious because they're just simple. That's all. And you may feel to yourself that, well, you know, if it's simple, it should be quick. But you know, who says they simple and quick go hand in hand all the time? Okay, there's one more. I don't really remember exactly where it is, but I'll find it. I'll find it in a minute. I will find it in a minute. No, that ain't it, no. It ain't right there either. Yeah, it's funny. The things that you can't interact with. I mean, not really. Like okay, if the door is closed, there's really no reason why you shouldn't be able to hold the handle. But yeah, I ain't gonna really knock stuff like that because I don't know what it takes to when making a game, what exactly the limitations are. You know, like how much more would it cost? How much more time does it take to do certain things? I know I've messed around with stuff like 3D modeling, 3ds Max and whatnot, and the little basic stuff I did, it was a bit of a headache. It wasn't easy, so imagine doing stuff like this. So I won't knock indie devs for inconsistencies and shortcomings like these. I would so love to, is it here? No, this was the, let's see. Hold on a second. I do not remember exactly where that last one is, but I'm gonna find it in a second, guys. Do not get bored with me. Do not get bored. If you could just stick with me, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it real quick too. What I'm gonna do in the meantime, I'll turn the flashlight on just in case it was staring me in the face the entire time. Just in case. Oh, hold on a second. I think it's in here. I think it's in the boardroom. Yeah, there it is right there. Yeah. So the last department case file, last bit of work. Boom. And now, on to upper management. Boom, door jack. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I'm gonna wrap this up soon, guys. I usually stream for no more than an hour. Sometimes it goes over, give or take. But I wanted to dedicate at least an hour to this one, so you guys could see what's popping, what's up.
Careful. How many of these things are there?
And that guy is still too calm for this creepy shit. Like, come on, guy. Okay, maybe later on in the game, we'll find out that there's more to him that meets the eye, and maybe he's the reason why the last guy left, and he knows what's going on. Similar to Survive. Spoiler. I'm sorry for the spoiler, but yeah. The guy over the radio wasn't a really good guy in Survive. So maybe this guy knows more than he's letting on, but you're way too calm for this creepy shit. That's all I'm saying.
From what I can gather, that structure isn't just an office. It was originally made to be a prototype for something called an NTLT, filed under Project Nightlight. A lot of what is written here has been redacted, but from what's left, Project Nightlight was established and classified to protect against classified after the department began to suffer classified from experimenting on classified with classified. Sounds like they use it as some kind of defense against something.
That was a really weird monologue. Trust me. Okay, so everything is classified. That's what you're saying, technically. Okay, so here's another one of those beam things that nullifies the bad guys, I guess. So we're upstairs. We're upstairs. This is the broken stuff right here. We are upstairs.
According to the log, the first piece should be in the office down this hall.
So I'm wondering if this game is just all about getting these pieces, and after I've gotten all the pieces, something grand is gonna happen, and after that grand thing happens, credits are gonna roll. Because I'm really not seeing this game being a really lengthy game.
There it is, on that desk. Looks like you need higher clearance to get in there. I bet they'll keep the cards somewhere safe.
Yeah, again, puzzles, real simple. We got a safe, we got a card in the safe, we need to crack it. Guess where the combination is? Boom, 2764. Ain't complaining, guys. Ain't complaining. Okay, come on, turn. Okay, look. Ah, come on. This is janky as fuck. Come on. Oh, God. Yes, it is the right combination. Trust me, guys. This is just janky as fuck to turn. Okay, that's one turn. Good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Security, clearance level 2. Boom. There you go. And 1 can stay right there. So we gotta go in there and get the artifact. Boom. Come on. Boom. 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 This motherfucker. Creature design is not impressive. So he's gonna come at me. He's gonna do his little animation. He's got his ball and chain, his wife with him. Oh shit. Oh, fuck me sideways. Oh, Jesus. That's my health. That's my health. And he's coming. He is coming. Okay. And I carry him here. I close the door. I'm sorry guys, I had to get rid of that beeping. So he's right there. I open the door and he'll come, and I guess this thing is supposed to do what it's gonna do. Yeah? Is it doing what it's supposed to do to him? No, it's not. He seems to be pretty upset. Tell you what. The gun, Jesus Christ, I hate the gun. Okay. So it's a combination of both. And he's down. So my job now is to get the artifact. So yeah, I don't know if that was a boss battle, but that was the only way to actually get that guy, to carry him into the green light and then shoot him. The first time I saw that guy, I tried to shoot him the entire time and it just did not work out. I ran out of ammunition trying to kill him. So anyway, this is what we're here for. Let me see if there's any space in the backpack though. The backpack is full, so what I'm gonna do is sorry, I couldn't waste. Well, I did waste it, but you know, I actually. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's right. There's no ejector or anything, so I have to manually take the bullet. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, it's okay. It is out. Then I do that. Oh God, really? We're gonna do this? You're gonna make me look like an asshole? Okay. So now we got some space in the backpack. Now you stay right there. Keep the backpack out, grab the artifact, put the artifact there, and it's in. It's funny the things that fit in this backpack, but okay. There you go. So yeah, I got the very first artifact, and I think I may just leave it here for today, guys. I need to now take the artifact back to that special room and put it in the thing, and he's gonna tell me to get another artifact and yada yada, and that's how it's gonna go. That's pretty much what I got for you guys today. Hang on a second. Let me take this headset off. Yeah. Taking a VR headset off after playing for an hour. Yeah. So what we got, guys? Project Nightlight, released on the 10th of March 2023 by developer and publisher Fringe Realities. I like it. Okay, I'm not gonna say I'm in love with it, but it is what it is, and I do like unique, quirky indie projects. Quirky may not be the right word, but it is unique. The story is interesting, just a security guard, one shift. Who knows what's gonna happen next? I am gonna revisit this for, well, I've already started the review. This was one playthrough specifically created for this stream. But you can look out for the review of this. I've got a review dropped for, like I told you, Brock and Spectre. I've got a lot of stuff coming up that you guys can look out for as well. Busy times. March was really busy. And April ain't gonna be much different. I've got huge announcements coming, at least one huge announcement coming. That's gonna be some good stuff. But yeah, that's it for now for Project Nightlight. I just look out for more stuff, guys. Thank you for sticking with me this long, watching me run through this game. There's more, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Trovo Live channel. You can follow me on social media, The Lab Video Game TV Live, The Lab Video Game TV. More stuff coming. Because, like I always say, our game is never over.
This is getting exhausting. I think I need to be paid overtime. March was crazy, and at the pace we're going, I see no slowing down in sight. Hey, Sage, think now would be a good time to give me that vacation I applied for 4 years ago. 4 years. 4 years, man. 4 years ago. Anyway, here's what we got in store for this month, April 2023.
First up, the Sage will be streaming a new VR game by newcomers Fringe Realities. This one dropped on the PCVR March 10th, 2023. We got the Steam key before launch, but due to some major bugs in this title, the Sage had to be doing some back and forth with the devs, reporting what he found. Now, Project Nightlight is in a most playable state and ready to roll. Our review is in close proximity as well. The Sage also streamed this new boomer shooter called Supplies, dropped a review for Brock and Spectre, which had to be pulled back as there was an error on the publisher's part. Apparently we got that Quest 2 key too early. Look out for that review later this month when our embargo with Games by Stitch ends. The Sage will also stream Remnants from the Ashes on the Switch and drop a long overdue review for this old PSVR 1 title, Immortal Legacy: The Jade Cipher. While Silver Neko and I take care of this month's experiments, I already dropped Verge World's first biome, and Silver Neko will be raising hell, experimenting with Hellstuck, Rage with your friends. Over on Trovo Live, the pilot episode of the Lab Video Game TV Live, hosted by yours truly, has landed. If you missed it, follow the channel to get updates on repeats. And if you didn't miss it, episode 2 is inbound with the Silvery one. It premieres on the 15th. The amazing modding community has dropped Black Mesa VR for PCVR, and the Sage, being the VR fanboy he is, will likely be doing something on that as well. Here's the thing, we do 2 updates every month for a reason. I may give you a list of features today, and by tomorrow, the Sage has a dozen more games popped up in his inbox. He told me he got keys for Dynamurks Voyager and Plantera 2 Golden Acorn for his consideration, so you may see those as well. Among other things, we'll keep the updates coming though. I really need that vacation.
That was a mouthful. And to think, we've got so much more in store for me. Hey, I ain't complaining, and neither should you, cause our game is never over. You've just entered the lab.
The Lab Video Game TV first launched in 2003, inspired by 90s cable channels and shows such as ZDTV, Extended Play, X-Play, and the G4 TV's then roster of shows. The Lab Video Game TV has since spread its wings though, because of its television origins. Because of my extensive background in motion picture production, it still has that TV feel. While most channels on YouTube, Twitch, Odyssey, and the others tend to focus on a specific type of content, like retro gaming, top lists, VR, indies, sales videos, and so on. And for good reason, as people do not turn on ESPN to see home and gardening. But I still got those television roots stuck in me. So here at the Lab Video Game TV and even over on my Trovo Live channel, you'll see that reflected through my playlists and overall structure. You'll see indie reviews, as I'm always rooting for the independent underdogs, much like myself. You'll see VR reviews, one of my now preferred ways to play and get totally immersed. I've got The Experiment, where my beautiful and talented guests will do first impression styled let's plays on a variety of games, mostly indie games that they never laid a finger on before entering the studio. There is Select, my own brand of let's plays where I check out pretty much anything. AAAs, indies, VR, retro, whatever floats my boat at any given time. There is The Wall, where I have a one-on-one, face-to-face with a variety of persons. Today, I may be speaking with a living legend in Florida, a local video game arcade owner in Queens, an esports organizer in Ghana, or budding esports stars from all over. I've also got Versus, where I document esports tournaments all over the world. I've got features which highlight a variety of genres and cultures, anime conventions, gamer retreats, and so much more. You can also watch the live versions of all these shows over on my Trovo Live channel. The same shows presented in a different way, along with a variety of new shows like The Dojoke. You do not want to miss that one, trust and believe.
You know what? No one saw that.
I am Wayne Benjamin, also known as The Sage, international video game and esports journalist, and this is my brainchild, the Lab Video Game TV, where our game is never over.